Blue to Move, Save the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes, and it is that time of month. It is collab time. It's with my name twin from Makeup Therapy, Manuela, and we are going to be only playing with one palette today. We are both very excited to be able to play with the new Wilma Fingerdoo and Beauty Moon palette. So since we both got it, we are both going to do a look with it for our monthly collab. So if you want to see the look that we create using that palette, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Hey everybody, long time no see. Hopefully I will have another video tomorrow as well. We are trying. There's been a lot of excitement in my life because it was my birthday the other week, so I did all the shenanigans. Maybe in between we'll talk about it and I can show a little bit of the said shenanigans. Alrighty, so what we're playing with today, and my name twin Manuela, aka Makeup Therapy, will be playing with is the new Beauty Moon Cosmetics presents the Wilma Fingerdoo. So you had to do that dramatically. I even have the beautiful shirt to go with. So that was a present from my YouTube bestie, the Wilma Fingerdoo. So this is the palette we're going to be playing with. So excited as always because Manuela does the most beautiful looks, and she also happens to be absolutely stunning. So unfair. So I can't wait to see what she does. So I will remember to share her post tomorrow as well. But if I won't forget, but you know, follow her anyway. She's great. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I've already did a video on this, so I will maybe pop a link somewhere. And I've been using it like crazy. I think this is a very multi-use palette. I've gotten a lot of looks out of this. So here we go. We've got our color story that we're going to be using. We had put together a list to compare our collections and what we wanted to film with. And I mixed up the Ace Beauté one. I thought I had this particular one and I didn't. So we thought, well, maybe we could change it or we could just focus on this. And since we were both so excited for this, we're focusing on this. So basically you can get all the looks. You can do, like I did in my video, something very 1980s. I've done neutral looks with this palette. I've done monochromatic looks with palette. So just like playing with the greens or just with the pinks. So just doing a one color palette. I've done a mix of colors. I've done, yeah, just a neutral or just a matte. Like, just had so much fun with this palette. So we're going to see what we will create today and trying to do something different than the first look I did, which I tried to use. I think I pretty much used almost all the colorful colors. I just didn't, except for the black, I didn't really, and the white, I didn't use so much of the neutral. So we'll see what we build here. So the first thing we're going to do is prime our eyes. And yeah, I did mention in one of my videos that I'd probably be filming a little bit less, especially in the summertime. Things just keep going. Things are happening all the time. So anyways, like all things are happening. So it happened to have been my birthday last week. So we went for a high tea on the Friday. And then I had a few friends over in the evening for drinks and snackies and chatties. And then on Saturday, did goat yoga, which is a lot of fun. So I'll definitely put in some clips there. Okay, granted, it was more goats than yoga, but they were the cutest little critter. They had a yoga instructor. There were a few, like, you could tell girls that did yoga all the time because I had all the moves down, and we're trying to do the yoga, but every time a goat came by, they couldn't help themselves either. But I think for the most part, there was maybe half a dozen people that were actually yogaing for a good amount of the time, but the rest of us were just too, like, we did a little bit at the beginning, a little bit at the end, but it was just, baby goats are so cute. And they had this little goat herder that would, because goats like to be in packs, especially baby goats. So just trying to separate them out a little bit or move packs around the room. So if they had little accidents, he kindly cleaned them up. And if they were spending too much time in one area, he tried to herd them over to other people. put snacks in front of all our yoga mats. Some of the goats did like the snacks. One was obsessed with my friend's water bottle and ate the label right off of it, and also ate the ends of her shoelaces. I had one that was obsessed by my water bottle, but actually wanted water, so I opened my bottle and put some in my hand and let them have water, and we had a nice play. And weirdly, they were licking the walls. I don't know what was with that, but I suppose baby goats could be a little weird. Animals do have some of the craziest quirks. A few times I thought they were going to mow over the poor yoga instructor when she'd be, hands down, butt in the air, and them coming from behind. I was just like, uh-oh. But all they did was eat her notes. So yes, paper wasn't safe, shoelaces weren't safe, water bottle labels weren't safe. It was so funny. They were just so adorable and so sweet and very noisy. They definitely liked to chat and definitely were moving in little groups. Okay, our eyes are primed. We're ready to go. And yeah, and then in the evening we went, my best friend and I, who I did the goat yoga with, when you could buy the tickets, and then you could also get a glass of wine and lunch, because they also make fruit wines at that farm. And so we bought that in advance. And then because you bought the goat yoga, you were able to go into all their other things that they had. So see all the other different animals and little setups they had and photo ops. So it was a lot of good fun. And then we met to visit with my parents. Oh goodness, they're on fire. Met with my parents, and then we went for sushi. So it was quite a fun weekend. But before that, as you can tell, my hair color has changed. I didn't color it. I had done step 1 where I had cut myself a little bit of bangs. I did like a light butterfly cut on myself. And then I had taken the black out, and I had done it as, I put in a temp color that was supposed to be gray because I wanted to see how that looked, but it went more of a black. But then as it faded really nice, I knew it would be easy to bleach out, but I was too lazy to do that. So I went, and the girl using hair remover carefully took it down to a pretty even tone and then toned it. And then that's what we're leaving it for now. And then I want to see how it grows in and then go from there. If I want to do like my friends are doing, because their grays are coming in, go gray, or if I want to do naturally a blonde or keep it as light red. Haven't quite decided, but I think she did a quite nice job doing it. Even gave myself some bangs again, proper bangs again, because I discovered that the drapey fringy ones were not my vibe. So there we go. So I am a slightly different color, and I've been trying to play with doing my eyebrows to slightly match. So I don't know how effective that is, but I'm still playing it with a little bit. It's more towards the darker part than the lighter parts, because again, we just toned over it. So I think the tone is now making it a bit lighter since I've washed it since then. Anyways, let's do some eyeshadow. Okay, like I said, I love this palette. It has beautiful, oh, do I still have my notes so I can explain this? And if you don't want to watch that other video, well, I may not have my notes anymore. Wilma kindly sent me notes regarding all of these colors and what they all stand for, but sure enough, it's somewhere else. But anyways, they have things related to drag, to her life, her sayings. Yeah, so we've got, and her side-eye camera, which I miss. She hasn't been using it so much. But anyways, they've got fun names. Yeah, like she always says moi. So we've got moi there, makeup party, Queen, Kitty, Wilhelmina, her drag daughter. So they have a lot of fun names. Okay, so what are we going to do? Since I thought it would take me a while to get back into doing redhead makeup, but I guess because I was at most of my life, from a young, yeah, I would say from a preteen until, for the most part, till my 40s, I fell into it quite quickly. So I really do like the oranges and yellows. I would think my only failing with this palette is it doesn't have a green shimmer. And at first I was like, what do you do with the blue shimmer? But Wilma did say that she made it that all the shimmers would go over a black, and they do. So the blue over the black looks really nice. So I did a look with that as well. So, I know I keep having this hair here that's making me crazy, but I cannot find it. That's the other thing about having really light hair. If you have it's hard to see a really light hair on really light skin. But here we are. Oh, there, got it. Okay, so I really like this ship set C as well. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to do a pink and turquoise look. So I think we're going to start with that. And we're going to actually, usually I start at that end, but I'm going to start at the front. And then we're going to play with the ships at sea. Here we go. Like I said, this is a really, really good palette. My screen is darkened. There we go. It's a really, really nice palette. Like I said, I've been using it a lot since I've got it. So I would say for about at least 2 weeks. About 2 weeks? Has it been 2 weeks? Has it been 3 weeks? At least 2 weeks. Time just seems to get away from me these days. But every time I've worn makeup, I've used this palette. I've quite enjoyed it. Occasionally I maybe have taken another shimmer, like if I wanted a green shimmer from somewhere else, but pretty much I've been just using this palette. I've been quite, so this is such a pretty color. And yeah, they all just go on really nice. I haven't had a trouble with any of the colors. She did say for me to put it through its paces, and that's what I've been doing the last 2 weeks, and I've been absolutely enjoying it. I think Beauty Moon upped their formula. It's always been good, but I think it's pretty great. It's really great now. It's even better. Let's go with that. It went from really, really good to absolutely excellent. So I've been really enjoying this. So as you can see, because this is quite a light color, I guess you would maybe say pastel-y, and it is going on super nice. I've been really liking the white shade in here called Party. I've been using a lot too as a brow bone and inner corner, because sometimes I really do like a matte inner corner, and this white is really, really good for that. So you never know, we might play with that one again. See what else has been going on. Today I've been doing some organizing, so once I'm done, I'm going to drag some junk downstairs, and I was going to try and see if I could take some stuff to the junk place myself, but there's no way I can get it into my car by myself, and I don't really want to try and see if I can herd a whack of friends over, so I've just got some people I'm going to have to pay the money, but it's going to be recycled, so that's good. So I've got some stuff being picked up, so that's going to happen later on today. Tomorrow I'm hoping I can film my next in Mondays by the Decade. I'm up to the 1960s, so I think I'm going to split 1960s in two, and I'm going to split 1970s in two, because 1960s went from a 50s vibe to a very free-spirited vibe, and then the 70s continued that free-spirited like early Roxy music to the punk. So I thought doing the 60s and 70s in two might be really fun. So I just got to decide which version of the 60s I'd like to start with. Maybe if I should start with the beginning of the 60s and then end with the free-flowing hippie 60s. We'll see. Alrighty, so there is that beautiful the ships at sea. Now we are going to go into the shade Kitty, and that is that pink shade there. And then, oops, well, maybe could I use that same brush? I have a whack of brushes that need washing, let me tell you. And then we might put a little bit of black at the end. Sometimes I like doing that because I really like to anchor the ends of my eyes, especially if I'm going to be using some eyeliner. I think some eyeliner would be great for this look. And then of course we're going to figure out how we want to do our beautiful shimmers. So yeah, and then the week before that, I was again starting my organizing process, and I was cleaning the cat room, and then I I thought, I got a garbage bag here. I'm going to take my canister from my vacuum, open it, empty it out so that, and then put it in so it'd be ready for next use. And I thought I had the canister down, and it fell and it hit my toe. It's painful. And yeah, so I've sprained my toe. So it's sort of healing. I think another nail is growing underneath, and I think I may have one that will come off at some point before I went to goat yoga. So that's the other thing. I couldn't really do a lot of yoga that required my right foot. Because it found the blood from hitting it. It found a way to escape finally, which actually helped a little bit with the pain part. But yeah, so been limping around with a sprained toe. Can only wear basically open toe sandals. So it's been fun. So when you're in pain and then you can't do a lot, filming wasn't something that was kind of on my mind. So. But I do miss it because I think I did this for fun. This is like a hobby. I've mentioned this, I don't know, probably 1,000 times before, but I've not, I knew that this channel, because I'm not doing anything that's, so different from other people that it would ever be anything that's monetized or anything. This is just truly a joy for playing with makeup. Right, so we've got kind of like the base down there, and then I'm not sure if I want to add another color to the bottom again, or if I want to repeat or do, ooh, you know what? I've got it. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do green and then pink. So let me see if I can find myself a small brush. Oh, I'm going to use this really small brushy brush. This is a C color brush. Yeah, I really like this little one. So we're going to go into the green one. So that's the Ships at Sea. And then we're going to do that on this here. Yeah, it was so exciting that this palette sold out. So this, I think it was one of the fastest selling palettes for Tori. And since this is Wilma's first go at helping with a palette and theming a palette, I think this is amazing. And I'm so happy for the both of them. Especially in an industry where, everything it's so full of different brands and so much competition that, to get people's attention is pretty hard. So I'm really excited for her, and there is a pre-order. I'm not sure if they're shipping yet, but I know they sold out, and then they right away got a pre-order, and she said that she didn't think it shouldn't take too long to get it from her supplier. So that's pretty exciting. So if you're wanting this palette, I highly recommend. There are also some other I think it was loose pigments that came with. I didn't get those. But I don't use, even though they're so beautiful, I don't use, and I have a whack of loose ones, but I don't use them as much as I use palettes. Like I said, I definitely have some beautiful loose pigments that I should, including some Beauty Moon ones, I should really use them. Maybe I should do one day where I do a look just using all loose pigments. Oh yeah, let's do it the opposite. Okay, that was kind of fun. All right. So next up, let's look, let me get another thin brush, and then I'm just thinking I'm going to, on my brows, do a little bit of highlight here using the white. See, it's such a beautiful, bright white. There we go, so just brighten up a little bit. It's so pretty. Now I'm wondering if I should put any black on the corner. Maybe I should just leave it and have this nice fun look. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let's play with some shimmers here. So we have a peachy one and a pinky one. We don't have a green one. Then we've got purple, we've got silver. It does have like a silvery green. Let me pat a little bit on the front of the green and see how that looks. It is silver, but it feels like it has, it could be my imagination too, or just depending on how the light hits. Because when I look at it here, it definitely looks silver, but when I look at it here, it looks like it has a bit of a green tinge. So why don't we try patting a little bit on the green and see what that does. Oh, perfect! Oh my gosh, where have I been? What have I been doing? Like I said, I've been playing with this thing for almost two weeks, and there's always a new surprise in here. This is a great palette. Tori and Wilma, you did great. I have bet you my name twin is having a grand time doing this. I gotta catch up on our videos. A few popped up that look really good that popped up this week. But I've been kind of obsessed with watching two different things. Rewatching CSI Miami, which I probably seem to do once a year or so, and a new show called 9 Bodies in a Mexican Morgue. So that's been quite a little mystery to see out of the 10 people who it is that is the big bad along with somebody else. But look at, there we go. So this does have a green tinge to it, because look what it did to this green, or turquoisey green. I like that. Excellent. But I still do want to play with some pink, because who doesn't like a all shimmery eyelid? Would not be me. So we've got this one called a Makeup Party. So this one is more of a peachy one. So that would be really nice for an inner corner. And then we've got, of course, a Wilhelmina. God, my work people, you can tell they have no lives, because that was my work thing. What are we talking about on a Saturday? Come on now. Yeah, we like the Wilhelmina. So let's play with some Wilhelmina. Let me find. Okay, so I was wrong. So there is kind of a green shimmer in here. It looks silver right there, but on this color it does a reed green. So that is awesome. So, if I remember right, these shimmers absolutely. And I apologize for my phone. I have to leave the sound on because I'm expecting an order from Amazon, and then, well, the company that's going to pick up the stuff is supposed to come between 2:30 and 4:30. I picked it later so that way I can get my filming done and have a chance to drag that the shiz downstairs. Tomorrow is the 1st. Work was pretty busy, so I didn't have time to. I didn't have the energy to film after work. There's a little bit of overtime. I went to an event yesterday, so one of my projects is about done. It's applied for occupancy, so it is a daycare, and boy is it gorgeous. Maybe I'll pop up a couple photos of that as well. So we are quite happy how it turned out. It was one of the projects that went in on budget, maybe even a little under budget. No traumas. Everybody just wanted to we're really pro this project, so it was wonderful. I love when a plan comes together. Because sometimes with, well, especially way bigger projects, there's always, more wheels and cogs and people, and there can be a little bit of, stuff going on to make them a little less smooth. But this one was a very smooth project. Like, it was almost shocking when I got the notice saying that they were going to do that they were looking for occupancy permit. She's like, whoa, done already? This is amazing. Just so used to things being extended, but this one was good, so we're excited. Okay, there we go. Does need a eyeliner, so I did bring one to Anchor. I did my makeup first, so I've been trying to really take care of my skin and trying to see if I can get to the point where I don't really wear foundation. So but I did find a good trick. There's this girl, I've lost her name. She's, I think from Brooklyn in New York. She does these really fun videos. What does she call? Oh, she has a funny name for, oh yeah, she calls the people who watch her channel Hobags. She's very funny. But anyways, the way she did concealer, I really like. So that's been helping to cover a little bit of the pigmentation. Not perfectly, but way better. So anyways, I've been really loving the Danessa Myricks balm foundation, the one that comes in the round thing. So like I said, I've been trying to get to the point where maybe I don't need foundation at some point, or just a little bit of that. So I think it's starting to do okay. Then I have a Beauty Moon highlighter, and then for a blush, oh, I can never remember the girl's name. I will put it up on top. She's a singer who put out her own brand. But anyways, I'm going to be panning that blush. Her balm blush. It's really, really nice. So there we go. Now, let's put on some eyeliner here. So I'm going to have one from Juvia's Place, and we are going to, if I remember correctly, I think this one was gifted to me from Wilma as well. Actually, I wasn't sure how much I liked it in the beginning, but actually I've grown. I think like the tip, not the product in it, but the tip I didn't like at first. It felt too stiff to me, but now that I kind of got the hang of it, I kind of don't mind this eyeliner. I got off of eBay. It's awesome. Lucy collection for $8 plus shipping. Ended up being somebody local. It's pretty cool. Got like a blanket. trading cards, bingo dabbers, a little booklet, a cup. Oh, just so many cute things. The blanket I really like. It's right there. It's Lucy and Ethel, you know, the chocolate episode where the chocolate's coming, the conveyor belt starts moving too fast. They can't wrap them fast enough and they're shoving them in their gob. Yeah, that's the photo. That's on there. So yeah, I collect Lucy things, so I was really excited to find something. Because it wasn't expensive when he first put it on eBay anyways. I was just like, oh, I really like that. I don't want to spend, I don't know what it was, $15 plus the $15 shipping. And then when I went out, he gave me an offer of $8. I'm like, sold, take it, run. Definitely can't get a better deal than that. So my Lucy cupboard is looking pretty good. Okay, there we go. We have a little liner. Don't make it a bit thicker here. Alrighty, so I'm going to, on top of the liner, I'm going to put a little bit of shimmer, I think. So I'm going to blue. Okay, so I'm going to go into the blue called Family. Thinking that the black looked a little stark, but maybe if I add some blue on top. Right? Yeah, that's fun. I like that. Just a smidge more blue. There we go. I think we got a look. What do we think? I think I picked a couple of different lip colors, so we'll have to see. I think the original one I picked is going to be right. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to play out, but then I've got a couple of different mascaras. My Lash Princess is starting to get a little bit to the almost done stage. So I've been using that with the Glamlight Kiss one together, and that's been giving me some decent lashes. So we're going to first start with our Lash Princess. There's a Canadian cosmetics company called Thrive, and I really like brown mascara, and they have this new like reddish brown, which I thought would look really kind of great with my hair. $37 for a mascara. It was like, I cannot, even though it's supposed to be lengthening and, you know, people using them, it seems to look like really good. Like Thrive has got a huge, following for their cosmetics, but I guess maybe I'm just so used to paying the price for Lash Princess that I'm just like $37 for a mascara. I don't think I can do that. You know, that color looked great. Maybe I should look to see if you can get a brown mascara. I always buy just the one in the green because I like the brush as well, but so there's one. So because it's getting to the good spot where it's kind of nice and thick and goes on really nice. And then this one, it's a little bit thinner of a formula. At first I wasn't sure I liked it, but kind of as a topper and plus this brush pulling it off, I think I ended up liking it. Not on its own, but in combo. I think this works really good. All right, there we go. So I think all we have left to do is do a lip. And oh, now I found my other mirror. It was underneath Wilma's palette. Alrighty, so I have this one. This is for Jean-Luc Cosmetics, which is a Canadian brand. I was wearing this yesterday, and I was like, oh, I was wearing this yesterday. I think that might be a shade to use. So it is in that shade. It's in the pinky family. It's darker, but I think it's cute. And then the other thing, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use the oranges, I grabbed from Melt Cosmetics. Is it Melt? No. Hold on. Is it Melt? Yes, it is Melt. The Bezos shade is from the Butterfly collection. Was it the Metamorphosis or something? Anyways, and it's this. Oh, actually, maybe. Okay, let's test this one. If not, we will go with that one. But let's see. And there we go. And there is my collab look. I mean, if you want to see my little bangy bangs, see if I can get them to come down, as I've been having them to the side all this morning. Here we go, my little bangy bangs. There we go. What do we think? Fun, right? Okay, so that is our Beauty Moon Cosmetics Presents Wilma Fingerdoo that I'm using for my collab with Makeup Therapy. As always, check out her channel. She's great. You probably are already. And then also check out Wilma Fingerdoo and Beauty Moon Cosmetics. And if you're wanting this, it is a beaut. Alrighty, well, that's it for me today. We had a chat, we put on some makeup, and we are done. As always, behave and make good choices, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.